Hey, what's up, everybody? So I recorded a video about a little more than a week ago, and it was titled Ask Wolverine. And in that video, I simply said that this is your opportunity to ask me pretty much any question that you want, and I would record another video answering your questions. I'm going to go through answering your questions, or at least attempt to answer most of your questions. I have not gone through these questions prior to this video, except for when they would pop up on my phone and I would see one of your questions here and there. But other than that, I have not prepped myself to answer any of these questions, so it's going to be kind of a cold session of answering questions. So we're going to start at the top, and we're going to try to answer as many questions that you have, but we're going to start by reading the comments and see what kind of questions we have. So first one up here is from Salivate Metal. It says, I called Amex to ask questions about Silver Wolverine. They told me to subscribe to your channel and ask you here. They keep putting me off. That's horrible. Horrible. Thank you, sir. Salivate Metal, you are awesome. And then Salivate Metal also says third. You should have been first. Why weren't you first? You got to beat Silver Honda. It's a competition. Silver Honda most of the time is first. Sometimes she gets beat by other people. But the competition is you have to be number one. Third is a loser's place. Just joking. Okay, so Steve Collect says, when did you start stacking and why? Now I have made probably a couple videos on this topic, and I started stacking primarily in 2015. I started my YouTube channel in 2016, but I started stacking in 2015, and a lot of it had to do with politics. I'm going to try to not get into much politics on this video, but let's just say I thought a certain Hillary Clinton was going to win that election. I thought we were going to go down the toilet, and that's why I started stacking. Now I continue stacking for the future, just in case someone by the name of Bernie Sanders or someone like that were to get elected. But I think right now we're doing pretty good as far as our economy is concerned. But yeah, I stack for the future, not because of what's going on right now in our country. But good question, and I hope that answered your question. Coin Collecting Fun says like number 5. Thank you, sir. Coin Collecting Fun. Silver Honda, I have a question. How long have you been drinking Tim Hortons coffee? Did you ever try Walmart Great Value medium roast coffee? When did I start drinking Tim Hortons coffee? I would say probably 3 years ago. And have I ever tried Walmart Great Value medium roast? No, I have not. And I'm not sure if I ever will, but Tim Hortons, if I ever travel, most of the southern states, western states, and that don't carry Tim Hortons coffee. So normally I even travel with my coffee. Awesome question. Silver Honda. Who drives a blue Honda? Who slurps Walmart Great Value medium roast coffee? Awesome. Gold Maple says, that's awesome. I love this. I got some questions for you. How did you get into stacking silver? Well, how I got into stacking silver, there's a couple of different answers to that, but the primary answer, I think, is related to the other question that was from Steve Collects, and that was I got into it surrounding the 2016 presidential election. I always say that I don't get it. I'm not stacking because of fear, but I guess that's kind of how I started stacking, was because I was very afraid of the 2016 election, the way our country was going under the previous administration, and I thought that the policies were going to sort of continue from the previous administration, and I saw our country going in the wrong direction, and so that's why I really started, and now I continue because of the joy of it, and also because of what could happen in the future. So I do, and I don't stack out of fear. Right now, I'm not fearful, but depending on what happens in the 2020 election or going forward, there could be a little bit of fear in the future. So that's a pretty good question, but sort of the same from this one from Steve Collects, and sort of the same answer. Um, do you stack gold as well? The answer is yes, to a certain degree. I'm not stacking much gold right now because I think the price of gold is too high for my liking. I did just do a full stack gold video, and you can take a look at all the gold that I have. I did that a couple of days ago, a full stack gold video. Okay, next question from Gold Mape. If there was only one tip you would give someone just starting to silver stack, what would that be? Um, don't stack premium silver out of the gate. In fact, don't stack premium silver at all. Premium silver, um, if it's more than $4 over spot, it's more of something to collect, something that you like for the collection, not for stacking. Try to keep your stacking to the lowest over spot if possible. Learn about spot price before you start stacking and what premiums are. That would be my advice. And then it says, if you were to go back to the time when you started stacking, what are 5 things you would do differently? Well, I don't know if I can just think of 5 right off the bat, but the one thing, I'll give you one thing that I would do, and that is, like I just said on your previous question, and that would be um, not to stack premium silver and just to stack, the closest to spot price as possible, as far as government bullion coins, American Silver Eagles. Um, you can get a little bit closer to spot by stacking generic, but I like to stick to government issued coins such as American Silver Eagles. Very cool. Silver Honda, like number one. Awesome, Silver Honda. All right. Silver Lumberjack. What sacrifices did you have to make in order to stack silver and gold? Well, some is to limit what I spend my money on. I can't spend my money on, going out to eat all the time. Um, you can't buy the latest and greatest iPhones, gadgets, electronics. There's certain things when you try to save money, there's certain things that you just can't waste your money on. So that is some sacrifices that we all have to make if we want to attempt to save not only in silver and gold, but to save in fiat. So that's some sacrifices. Silver Sling Blade says, I am very irritated with Wolverine. Number 8, Wolverines beat my alma mater. Number 3, Sun Devils in baseball last Saturday in Temple. Well, let's just be honest with ourselves. The Wolverines are just the best in every sport than your team is. That's just the bottom line. So that's just it. All right. Okay, Chad Lickenstein asks, how come every time I find an exact match for a error coin in Wechsler's Errors and Varieties, I can't find a sold on eBay price or even any price on it? Take, for example, the, the 2018 1 cent error. My question is, what's a rough estimate of its value for its value? I'm talking the real. Okay, I don't have really any or much knowledge in air coins. It's just not my thing. So unfortunately, I cannot give any knowledge as it relates to error coins. I'm mainly a stacker and a collector of bullion. Not much of a, if you want to call a coin collector and errors. So that's just not my thing. Sorry, I can't really give any knowledge to your question. Silver Honda says, next question. What got you started in stacking? So that's an awesome question, and there's already been a couple of answers to that same question, and that was the 2016 election. And it was pretty much a lot of what got me into stacking was politically motivated. Okay, awesome question. Um, JRW3, do you believe there will be a total economic collapse in our lifetime? I do not. I am not much of a prepper stacker. And now, with that being said, I guess I did get started. I guess I started out stacking, being a prepper stacker to a certain degree, but like I said, because of the 2016 election. Um, but um, Now, I do believe there could be a collapse if we were to vote in a socialist. So I guess I'm kind of on the fence um, on that question. Do I honestly believe there would be a total collapse? Probably, probably not. But I think our best chance of having the total collapse in our economy is if we actually vote in a socialist to be president, such as a Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren. Um, and if Congress was, if if the left were to win the Senate and the House, then yes, that would probably be the best chance. But I'm not a buyer into the total collapse scenario. But that would be one way that we could accomplish the total collapse is to vote in a socialist. So, all right. Wild Style says great. Awesome. Thank you. Gold Hustlin' 13, formerly known as Silver Hustlin' 13, says, what is your end game? When is enough for you personally? Well, I mean, I don't think there is enough. I think by saying that, you would say, is there enough as far as savings? Can you actually save enough money? Now I want to have a cash savings, a savings in fiat, and a savings in physical precious metals. But I do think for me, when the prices go up, I do stack a little bit less. When the prices go lower, I like to stack a little bit more. But I don't think for me, I don't think there is enough because saying that means can you ever save enough? And I don't think you can. I don't think you can ever have enough of a savings. So thank you, Gold Hustlin' 13. I got to get used to that name. I can't get used to that name. Gold Hustlin' 13. All right, very cool. Silver J. If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be? I guess the kind of that grows leaves. Uh, just Dano. Do you find yourself getting burnt out over time? And if so, what has kept you interested? Saving. Saving has kept me interested. I don't think I will ever get burnt out trying to save money.